Hi collectors, before I say anything else, I know what you're thinking, as if a stamp could be worth £300,000. And I thought the same, but hear me out. You see, the stamp in question is the world's very first postage stamp, Great Britain's penny black. And it was this very stamp that marked the beginning of the postal era, making it not only an icon of British history, but also Britain's most famous and most reproduced inventions of all time. You see, before we used stamps, letters were paid for by the recipient, and the cost was calculated based on its distance. That is, until one day, a school teacher called Rowland Hill came up with a new idea. He suggested a single flat rate postage stamp that was paid for by the sender, and so the world's first adhesive postage stamp, the penny black, was born. But here's the thing. There were 68 million penny blacks printed in its 9 months of production between 1840 and 1841. So with that many around, condition really is everything for stamp collectors. In fact, Stanley Gibbons, the authority on stamps, have a series of terms to help clarify what the condition of a stamp is worth. And while there are indeed many factors that affect their overall value, be it plate number, cancellation or corner letters, just to name a few, the gold standard is the 4 margin, so this one right here, which is a stamp with 4 clear white margins around the edge. And despite what you might think, it is a real rarity. And here's something even more remarkable. So over recent years, the global market for stamp collecting has grown at a rapid rate. One of the major factors for this is because old historic stamps are rare, difficult to source, and limited in supply. And as a result, the last 2 decades alone has seen the official Stanley Gibbons catalogue value for a fine used example of the penny black rise by a staggering 150%, outperforming many other comparable commodities. So now you know just why the penny black is so iconic and collectible. I guess it's time we moved on to that £300,000 eye-watering bid at auction. And to tell you all about that record-breaking auction, we need to jump back in time to the 29th of June 2011, where a plate block of penny blacks, which is basically just a block of stamps from the edge of the sheet, and this shows the plate or cylinder from which the stamps were printed. So this sold for a staggering £300,000 at auction. But when you consider that this was the only known plate number example from plate 7, it understandably gathered a lot of attention. And the plate in question came from the lower left of the sheet, enabling the plate number and marginal inscription to be in evidence, whilst also featuring the full original gum and 2 light diagonal gum creases. So you can see just why the auction house described it as one of the finest plate number pieces ever to exist. And that day really was a historical one for the penny black, as in the same auction, one of the finest penny black covers in existence sold for nearly $0.56 million. Just mere pocket change, right? So now that you know just how collectible penny blacks are, how would you like to own a standard used example for just £175? Or 5 instalments of only £35, which is just over half the price of the fine used Stanley Gibbons catalogue value, and I'll even throw in free P&P. So your penny black will arrive presented in this tamper-proof capsule to ensure that its quality is preserved for generations to come. And I mean, considering it really is the crown jewel in the nation's greatest hobby, what are you waiting for? Just head over to this link on screen now to order yours today with free postage and packaging. And as always, to stay up to date with all things collecting, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell. See you all next time.